¿Qué tal, amigos? Welcome. This is LatiNation Football Club. I am your host, Marcelino Ortiz, and today I am very excited because we have a banger of a show. That is right. We're going to be talking about Champions League. We're going to be talking about Liga MX, Liga MX Femenil, MLS, NWSL, and you wonder, how are you guys going to fit so much football in one single show? Well, because I have the best team on television. I'm here with Chiva Mayor, my good friend. How are you?
Hey, feliz de estar aquí con toda la gente, contento de estar en LatiNation Football Club.
And Chiva, we have to start by talking, how do you feel to be a Chivas fan right now? Because Chivas, for the first time in a long time, won 4 games in a row.
Since Guardianes 2020, Chivas was not able to win 4 games straight. So right now, look, I feel like, oh my God, you know, I didn't bring my jersey, but I'm really proud of my team with youngsters. They're doing it right. And I think they're on the right path. There's 4 games left to make it to the top 6, so they can qualify directly to Liguilla. Very happy to be a Chivista right now.
Pumas rascándole ahí a la tabla in 10th place. Chivas climbing up. We have Juárez right there in the middle of the top 10. We have Tigres right there in 4th, 5th place. And Toluca and América fighting it neck to neck. Chiva, talk to me. What were the highlights of last match day?
I mean, last match day, of course, we have to highlight this game, Cruz Azul América. Cruz Azul siendo el papá, América siendo el papá de Cruz Azul all the time. Well, this time Cruz Azul managed to win against América and a really good game. I think it could be like the future of what a Liguilla could be and Liga MX. An amazing match that Cruz Azul came out a winner. And then we also got Toluca. Toluca played Querétaro. Yeah, it's Querétaro, not one of the big teams, but Toluca killing it. Toluca in first place. They're the top contenders to win the Copa back-to-back. With un Alexis Vega on fire, scoring a Panenka, un clásico Panenka que, oof, you got to watch it.
It's no surprise to me because El Turco Mohamed is one of the best coaches that have ever played and, coach in Liga MX. Who can forget those golden years of Toros Neza, a cold team in Liga MX? But as you know, here in LatiNation, we have Liga MX live every weekend. Tigres and Juárez are gracing our screens. And this weekend, Chiva, Tigres had una cátedra, como decimos en español. What a game, 5-3 on a very exciting game where we had hat tricks in the first half. We had a brace from a Colombian player. Talk to me, what was your highlight of the Tigres versus Nik?
I mean, obviously the Bruneta hat trick was the highlight of the game, but also see Diego Lainez is scoring. Diego Lainez that is looking for a spot in the World Cup, in the upcoming World Cup. I think that's something, those are things to highlight. And I mean, Tigres, we all know Tigres is one of the top teams. They're in the top 5, and we're happy to have them here on LatiNation.
That is right. Another team that we are following closely because we have it here on LatiNation. If you haven't, go right now to latination.com/download. Download your app, and then you can watch Liga MX in English at any time, wherever you are. You can watch it, and you can watch Juárez that is fighting to go into the Liguilla with players like Pizarro that are trying to have a second golden era in a team. We have Murillo, a good friend of ours from the black and gold years. Chiva, they tied with a very, very tough Pachuca that, play at a really high level. Do you think Juárez is a sleeper team for this Liguilla?
I mean, Juárez has been a roller coaster, up and down. In this game, it was a game with 2 autogoles. One from our good friend Murillo that gave Pachuca the tie 2-2 for the game. But I do see Juárez. Sometimes I feel like they lose focus on what their goal is. But hey, relax, Juárez fans. You're still in the top 10. You still can make it to the play-in. But yeah, I think Juárez can do better. Honestly, they have the team to do better with Mallorca and the left. You name Pizarro, which is a player that nobody wanted to give him a chance. And right now, little by little, he's proving the league that he's a top player of Liga MX. And, I think that for Juárez, it's only, let's see what's coming. Because like I said, it's 4 games coming up. They got to close out tough and hard so they can make it to the playoffs. That's very special for them.
It is very important that the teams focus to the max in the upcoming weeks, because in the Liga MX world, in la gloriosa Liga MX, como dice mi buen amigo Chiva, anything can happen in the last 4 weeks of the tournament, and everybody's fighting. I am holding to hope because I know Pumitas are going to make it to the Liguilla, and then, cuidado, Cuidado con los Pumas. But my friends, now, Chiva, it's time to go and listen from Camila Ortiz and Alex Crespo that are going to break down the latest news on Liga MX.
That's right, Marcelino. This league has been absolutely on fire, but we have to be giving a shout out to Tigres. I mean, not just because they're here at LatiNation, but of course because they have players like Bruneta that are absolutely shining. But there is another key player that we have to, talk about. Cami?
We have to talk about Angel Correa. I mean, what a superstar, right? He's coming off of a World Cup championship. So the quality that he's bringing to this Tigres team is phenomenal. I mean, we saw against the game versus Necaxa, Tigres versus Necaxa, really dominating performance and with a goal from Angel Correa in the 63rd minute. But let's check it out. Let's see how he's getting it all done. Angel Correa is thriving. In just 17 matches, he's already bagged 10 goals wearing the Tigres jersey, making him the club's second highest scorer right behind teammate Juan Bruneta. But it's not just about the goals, because Correa's fingerprints are everywhere. Before their match against Necaxa, he'd been involved in 4 of the team's last 7 goals, scoring 2 and assisting 2. The Argentinian World Cup champion joined Tigres shortly after the 2025 Club World Cup, fresh off his run with Atletico Madrid, where he spent nearly a decade grinding at the top level. I mean, we're talking 469 matches, with 88 goals, 65 assists, and a La Liga title in 2021, and a Champions League final back in 2016. I mean, the man's resume completely speaks for itself. Now, Correa's doing exactly what he promised to do since landing in Mexico, making history. As Tigres fights for the top spot and a ticket to the 2025 final, Correa keeps building his legacy one clutch play at a time. I mean, how much higher can he climb this season? Will Angel Correa be the key that Tigres needs to go all the way to the finals this season? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because this story is still being written. Wow. I mean, what a player, am I right? The class is undeniable, and it's showing up on the field.
I mean, el poder argentino, you see it right there. But, I mean, talking about Tigres, Cami, I think I heard that you commentated on Tigres versus America. Is that right?
Yep, that's right. Here at LatiNation, we are bringing you the best hosting and soon to be in live. This was a fantastic game. Tigres versus America. And tell me, I heard America has a secret weapon in their arsenal.
I mean, the man behind it all is Jardín. I mean, this guy has been showing his class in managing this team, taking them to 3 finals back to back. But I mean, let's go take a look at just how he's doing it.
So here's the deal. Club America, led by Brazilian manager André Jardine, is staring down a massive challenge right now in the tournament. And somehow he's keeping this team afloat right now. Even with a laundry list of injuries, Jardine stepped up, and he's kept Las Águilas not only in the hunt for Liga MX glory, but amongst the top teams in the Clausura 2025. And honestly, nobody who's been paying attention is surprised. The guy is built different. Since taking over, he's led America to every final, hasn't missed one yet, just hit 100 matches in charge, and get this, fewer than 20 total losses, only 3 this entire season. That's elite consistency. But now, things are getting tricky, because the regular season's winding down, and, well, his roster's looking sparse. Henry Martin, Alejandro Zendejas, and Jonathan Dos Santos are still nursing injuries, and meanwhile, Igor Lechonsky and Leo Suarez are dealing with muscle issues and limited training time. So yeah, the question's hanging over Jardine and America's heads right now. Can he hold this all together? I mean, can he guide this squad to yet another final? Maybe even a championship run? Or will the injuries finally catch up to them when the pressure hits hardest? You guys tell me, is Jardine's magic enough to keep America flying high?
I mean, I guess I was wrong. 4 finals and 3 championships? That's just insane.
Yeah, it's showing the type of manager that he is. But that's all the time we have for today. We're going to go on a quick break. This is LatiNation Football Club.
Buy or sell, Genty will finish the season as the top rookie fantasy running back. And I guess I would ask this question to you, George. Who the bleep is he competing with at this point? It is so ugly at running back in fantasy. RJ Harvey has done nothing. Omarion Hampton is hurt. Caleb Johnson, does anybody even know where that guy is? He doesn't even play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, what am I missing here? Oh, there's one. There's one that I'm missing. There's one that I'm missing.
I'll name that for you. I'll name the guy you didn't mention there. Well, Henderson's another guy, by the way. The New England Patriots don't trust him, right? They don't play him. But the guy that could compete with Genti, would be the name that you said you loved during preseason. You love this guy's name, Cam Scotabo, right? He'd be the guy. He's right there with them. The only problem for Cam would be, A, it is the Giants. Their schedule is brutal. And B, Tracy should return. So that's going to take away. Even Cam will be the starters. I think he will be. But Tracy's going to eat up some touches there. So that's my only issues there. But I think he's the guy who competes with Genti for that number 1 overall role, which I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it's not Hampton, but he got hurt. Shocked that it's not Henderson, but they don't like him. Shocked whatever, RJ Harvey in Denver, whatever's going on here. Will he finish the season at his top? This is a little different when I say I automatically take the field here because there's only one other guy. I'm going to buy this. Genti's the best guy, but would I be surprised if it's Scotabo? No, I would not.
Yeah, I'm going to sell this for the guy that I just forgot about in Cam Scotabo. I guess the only concern that I would have, and it's a slight one, is that in a couple of weeks, Tyrone Tracy comes back.
Fantasy Sports Today. Fridays starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. Only on SportsGrid.
¿Qué tal, amigos? We are back here in LatiNation Football Club. I am your host, Marcelino Ortiz. I'm here with my good friend, Chiva Mayor. And it's time to talk about el juego de las mujeres, Chiva, Liga MX Femenil.
Porque yo siempre digo que también las mujeres pueden. And of course, there's one more match day to go for Liga MX Femenil. Let's see who's going to be able to make it, who's going to qualify. I'm excited for Chivas. They already made it to the playoffs, even though they lost their last game. But, at the end of the day, they're still there. I think that Tigres, obviously, is, the top contender. But I don't know, man. You tell me, what do you think about Liga MX Femenil?
It's so exciting right now. We have America, we have Pachuca, and we have Tigres. For me, the top 3 teams that will be fighting for the championship this season. But we have other teams that are really fighting to get in there. Mis Pumitas, 10th place. Both men and women, they're just rascándole con las garras to get into the liguilla. I hope both of them, they get to play this amazing part of the tournament. Very unique. The short tournament, Chiva, are very unique and very exciting because they give you playoffs twice a year. But let's go with the experts. The very experts that we have here in-house, Camila Ortiz and Alex Crespo. Let's see how they're going to break down what's going on Liga MX Femenil. And maybe I think they're going to talk about National Women's Soccer League too. So let's go with them.
Thanks so much, guys. Yes, we are so excited to talk about Liga MX Femenil because, wow, this is just such an exciting season so far. First off, like you guys said, let's talk about the Pumas, right? In 10th place, Alex, were you able to watch the game this weekend, Pumas versus Juarez?
I mean, not at all. I heard that it was a very back and forth game, but tell me a little bit more about it.
Yes, absolutely. So like we said, these are 2 mid to low table teams, right? And at this point of the season, a win was essential for both of them. Unfortunately, none of them got it. It was a 2-2 draw.
I mean, that is a very upsetting result for Marcelino's Pumitas. But a game that I did get to watch over the weekend here at LatiNation and in English was Tigres versus San Luis. I mean, this was un partidazo. 5-1 result. I mean, 2 goals from Catlana.
Absolutely. I mean, this is just showing Tigres' dominance in the league, right? This is why they're in first place, and a beautiful goal from Hermoso, the Spanish player.
Yeah, but we also saw an own goal from Jennifer at the San Luis side, and at the end, they got a little bit desperate, both sides, getting red cards. I mean,
Yeah, at this point in the season, come on, guys, I feel like we should know better. It just shows desperation. And at the end of the team, Tigres is going to be facing some tough teams, Pachuca, America, and they need to know how to keep their class going. But another really exciting game this weekend, Pumas contra León. That's right. This is the 9th and the 10th spot. So what does that mean for, this point in the season?
I mean,
Alex?
this is a very important game for both teams. They have to be able to show that they're still in the season. They have to be able to earn their spot going into the next phase, the playoffs.
Yeah, this is a huge game, so do not miss out. And remember, we are playing Liga MX games here on LatiNation. But let's move north and let's talk about NWSL because things are really ramping up. We are nearing the end of the season, guys. Wow, it has gone by so fast. And this was a huge weekend. Alex, tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, we saw Kansas City lose their 17-game winning streak against a 10th place Houston. I mean, what is going on, Cami?
This was, for me, the biggest upset of the season, guys. I mean, Kansas City has been, the best team. I can confidently say they have been the best team so far. I don't know what kind of performance we saw, but even though this is a massive win for Houston Dash, they are still in 10th place, and this is just not enough to get them into the playoffs. They have been officially eliminated, but we had another super exciting game, Orlando Pride versus Washington Spirit. Alex, tell us about it.
I mean, this game ending with their dub 3-2 against Washington, and this is very important because they have been in rough waters so far. 2 draws and 2 wins with a loss in their last 5 games. And, hopefully they're able to take this momentum into the next game against Seattle and, maybe take this energy to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we talk about Orlando Pride, this was last season's champion, right? And, towards the end of this season, it was looking kind of murky. I just didn't see the same Orlando Pride that we saw from last season. But hopefully this win is enough, to keep that momentum into Washington Spirit. Again, Orlando Pride is in 3rd place. Washington Spirit is in 4th. So this is going to be a massive game. It is so important. And it's going to show us who the top dog is of the NWSL.
But, Cami, real quick, I got to ask you, I haven't been hearing a lot of news over Angel City. What's going on with them?
My Angel City, they had so much potential. It looked like they were going to be a dark horse, but they have been officially eliminated. They needed to win their game this weekend, and they lost 2-0. This was a team that had a lot of promise, right? But after, losing Thompson and now Kristen Press, it's not looking good for them, and they have been officially eliminated. But that's all the time we have. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Camila. Alex, excellent report as usual. Chiva, very exciting things. Also, we know that at the international level, the Under-17 World Cup is happening right now. The current champions, North Korea. You heard right. This team, the North Korea team, has won this category 3 times in a row. And Mexico were able to get their first win after losing to North Korea. They won after defeating the Holanda.
Yeah, with a banger of a golazo, un golazo de fuera del área. And I'm happy to see Mexico growing in the femenil aspects of the game. I mean, I'm excited for this under-17 tournament. The World Cup is always un trampoline for all the players, and I'm excited. I'm hoping that Mexico makes it to the final.
That's right. I hope that we see a resurgence in the Mexican youth level. They have always been great at this, but something happens, Chivas. They grow older, and they don't necessarily get the development. But that's why we are so excited here in LatiNation to support Liga MX Femenil, because the future of soccer is female, and it is here on LatiNation. So don't miss out. Go to latination.com/download. Get your app and watch the games free in English, and wherever you want to be, you can watch the games. ¿A poco no, Chiva?
En el teléfono tranquilito y en inglés, of course.
That's right. We have to go finally to talk about the games that we're going to have next weekend here on LatiNation. Camila and Alex, I'm going to put you guys on the spot. What are we having this weekend on LatiNation?
I mean, here at LatiNation, you cannot miss Juarez versus Puebla. I mean, this is a game where we have to see these teams battle it out and earn their spot for the playoffs. I mean, it's getting tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And do not miss this Saturday, Tigres contra Tijuana. It is going to be an amazing match that you don't want to miss.
Chiva, final remarks before we go.
Hey, don't miss el clásico norteño Monterrey contra Tigres. It's going to be a hell of a game.
That's right. And we have to go on a quick break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to be talking about Champions League. We'll be right back.
You just see Texas in any game, and again, Kentucky used to be able to put up points in the past. 43.5 is crazy because it just feels like Texas is going to come in, play really good defense, and try to squeeze this game out. It'll be interesting to see because nothing got ailed from that victory last week. Texas is back. I'm just being facetious at this point. But if we see one of those performances 17-14 Texas.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah, come on.
Right? I mean, really. I mean, they got a gift last week.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, it looks like the Bengals fantasy pieces are back. What did you make of that Joe Flacco performance on Thursday night? Turning back time.
Yeah, it was great for a guy like me with gray in the beard. I love seeing it. I love my representation. But at the end of the day, just from a wagering standpoint, if this continues, it'll give some consistency and it'll give some value back to those tools that you were mentioning on the Bengals.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
Defense is above average this year, and I think big picture, they're going to be probably the most consistent moving forward. The problem I have is this guy, Trevor Lawrence, big picture. You got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the ugly sometimes is real ugly. He is not comfortable in the pocket on a consistent basis, and that's a problem.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
We've had an undefeated regular season a couple times in the NFL. The Patriots, of course, did it before losing in the Super Bowl to the Giants. The 72 Dolphins, of course, did it en route to a Super Bowl win. But to go winless is harder than to win every single game. And my New York Jets are well on their way to doing this.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
¿Qué tal, amigos? We are back here in LatiNation Football Club. I'm Marcelino Ortiz. I'm with my good friend, El Chiva Mayor, Julio Ramos. And as you can see, it is time to talk about the top club tournament in the world, Champions League, my friends. Great results for Real Madrid. I don't know if it was a great result, but they got 3 points. Barcelona, also with a great result. Liverpool, after 4 straight losses, with all the pressure, they were able to go to Germany and score 5 goals. Tell me your highlights.
I mean, of course, you got Liverpool beating Frankfurt 5, and Liverpool coming from 4 losses for not winning. But you also got Real Madrid. You want to diminish our victory versus a good team like Juventus. Yeah. It was a tough match. Bellingham, of course, coming out strong for Real Madrid, scoring at the 56th minute. And then you also got Barcelona. Barcelona tearing apart Olympiacos 6-1. And just to hear the Barcelona fans complaining that they got injuries.
Well, this team is stacked. They have Pedri is back. Fermin is playing at a very high level. But they do have big gaps in their lineup with no Lewandowski, Rafinha. So let's see what happens this weekend in El Clásico. I know that you're very excited, you're very positive about it, but we'll see. No tengo gallo en esta pelea, como quien dice, but I'm very happy that Arsenal is showing why they are the best team in Premier League and they're competing at a high level. But you know who really knows about this stuff?
Let me guess. The one and only.
The one and only Nik Z, that is straight from Copenhagen with this report.
Hey, what's up, guys? Nick here in Copenhagen, where FC Copenhagen were in the thick of it on match day 3 for the Champions League. But across Europe, it was a wild round, goals absolutely everywhere, and the table is actually starting to take shape. And guys, when I say goals everywhere, I mean it. This was a record-breaking match day 3, 71 goals. PSG smashed Leverkusen 7-2 in Germany. Doué back to brace, Dembele scoring on his return. Barcelona, meanwhile, won 6-1 over Olympiacos. Fermin Lopez stole the show with a hat trick, while Marcus Rashford added a brace. PSV thrashed Napoli 6-2. A 10-man Napoli just absolutely unraveled late in the match, while Man City won 2-0 at Villarreal. Newcastle rolled 3-0 over Benfica. And by the way, Arsenal and Inter, who both remain perfect so far, winning 4-0 in their respective matches against Atletico and Union Saint Gilloise. And speaking of clean sheets, guys, 3 games in, 5 clubs are perfect on 9 points. That is PSG, Bayern, Inter, Arsenal, and Real Madrid. Remember, top 8 go straight to the round of 16. Places 9 to 24 go to the 2-leg playoff, 25 to 36. Adios, they're out, which for Copenhagen is kind of looking like the most likely outcome. The team who have Rodrigo Huescas, the Mexican who joined from Cruz Azul last year, are struggling yet to win a match. So the league phase lasts until the end of January. So what? We got like 5 more match days. And speaking of goals, the Golden Boot race, it's getting spicy. Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe lead on 5 goals. Haaland, Rashford close behind with 4. So all in all, match day 3 delivered goals and clarity. The margins are now thin. One more result, a win here or there, a tie can swing you from a playoff scramble or into the top 8 fast track. Looking ahead to match day 4, we'll have some massive fixtures coming up. PSG clashing with Bayern and Liverpool going head-to-head against Real Madrid. We also got Man City, by the way, going head-to-head against Dortmund, just to name a few. That's it for me, guys. Nik Z in Copenhagen. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Nik. The traveler has been all around the world covering Champions League, Cyprus, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Monaco, and now Sweden, my friend. What a tour from Nik Z.
I'm expecting at least 5 souvenirs from different places.
But, you know, that's all the time that we have today, my friends. This was LatiNation Football Club. Next week, oh my God, next week we're going to have the result for all the Clásicos, and we're going to have more Liga MX. You know it. If you haven't, go to latination.com/downloads. Download your app, and then, Chiva, they can watch Liga MX wherever they are.
Y de gratis.
Y en English, that's right, English. But we have to say goodbye. Until next time.
Once again, Antonio El Turco Mohamed is making noise and looking like the team to beat in Liga MX. After breaking a 15-year drought to claim the Clausura's 2025 title, Mohamed's already carved his name into the history books, becoming the first coach in the short tournament era to win 4 Liga MX titles with 4 different clubs, guys. That's Tijuana, América, Monterrey, and Toluca. Well, now the question is, can this fuel him enough to make the big jump to Europe? Well, it wouldn't be his first time abroad because Mohamed once managed Celta de Vigo in Spain's La Liga. But this Toluca version might just be his strongest yet. They're not only winning, they're efficient, balanced, and full of confidence. If Toluca goes back-to-back, the question is, will Mohamed stay to build a dynasty, or will he finally take that European call?
Well, the best part about it is that they're just going about handling their business. I was listening to Arvel Reese and his literally like 5-word sentences about himself and some of the things that Caleb has been talking about. The dudes are just so locked in here about just doing their job and not worrying about all the other things and awards. They know all those happen when you go win and you win decisively.
The Bobby Carpenter Show, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to have bet tracking for the first time. If you have a FanDuel account, you'll be able to track your bet on the Prime Video games. And tonight, if you are part of the ESPN Mega Content Service, we understand from an organization called Antenna that 2 million people at least have the ESPN Mega Content or Unlimited service. You will be able to track your bets also on tonight's NBA coverage. So this is the beginning of a major new era for basketball on television.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Like Marchand said, they're all a bunch of dirtballs, so I fit in with them. You know what I mean? Remember, like, the Phillies baseball team, like, with Kroc and Dykstra and all those guys? Like, yeah, they're just a bunch of dirtballs, right? And that's what the Panthers are. They're all the same. Like, they're all like to drink. They're all tough. They're all dirty in the corner. You know what I mean? They'll all do whatever it takes to win, but that's why they've won 2 cups in a row.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
For him and Signetti are the most Spurrier-like personalities, Spurrier-like head coaches. and Signetti's locked up. And you know what? And Ole Miss could very well lock Lane Kiffin up, but he will always be a fighting under at Ole Miss. You will always be a little bit of an underdog because who you're playing. At Florida, you don't ever have to be an underdog because of their resources.
The Bowden Blitz, only on SportsGrid.